Site.
Yo.
Heckin' ready.
Heck already.
I'm ready to sleep. So you just prepared for what's it, King of Frogs? The bouncer? Tonight/tomorrow. Laundry. Don't have a pair of clean jeans.
Okay.
Eep. Let me jump into Brian real quick. Physically.
Of course.
Freedom, I think, sent a cringe clip of what's it, Squid Game dub. I didn't watch the clip, but this room saying you guys really watch this in
That was
English,
like
huh?
the first episode I watched, and it's weird.
I mean, yeah.
Man, who would have thought 7 messages could be sent in less than a minute?
Okay. If you'd stop distracting me while I'm live, that'd be great. Have you watched Squid Game, King of Frogs? Supposedly like the most popular show in the world right now. Kind of weird. Like, did you watch it? Or kind of weird that's like the biggest show? Must have a boy band number in it? No. Or at least I don't think so. Because Twitter's stupid? Okay, yes, Twitter is stupid, right? Twitter has one of two things, right? Hot girls and K-pop stands. You know which side I'm on. But, yeah. The game is pretty good. I definitely think it's overrated, but it's still pretty good. Personally, I thought the other, like, what's it, shows like it, like the other K-dramas or whatever it's called, were better. But, like Alice in Borderland, and, Sweet Home. But I've also King Frog chose my side. I am from only now on gonna watch the dubs, right? Just so the people who watch dubs can feel, what's it, comfortable, right? The fact that I watch dubs, right? As well as I'll be the villain to anyone who says that dub has no emotion and it's terrible, and like you haven't really watched it unless you've watched it in sub, because it'll irk them, you know?
Yes, irk.
Mm-hmm. So, that's my side I've chosen.
He's not a villain.
See, personally, subs just cringe. You know? Watching an anime in sub, right, compared to dub, it's like reading a manga in Japanese instead of English.
I don't think that's...
No, but see, Jared, the pictures have more emotion. You don't understand. How could you?
Pretty sure my enemy's down there.
I'm using that excuse on people just to see how confused they are. You know?
I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty confused.
I mean, technically it does make sense if you think about it. Right?
It kind of makes sense.
Just enough sense to make sense.
Just enough nonsense to be nonsense, in my opinion.
50-50. I find it funny though when people are like, "Oh, I guess I missed that because I was too busy reading subtitles." It's like, yeah, duh. Your eyes are glued to specifically the subtitles. Here's how it is. I think it's just the reason people watch it in sub is because they want there to be a reason, like, to be more weed, right? Or more so, to, like, have an excuse to differentiate it from, like, a normal cartoon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, the whole point is that anime is a cartoon, it's just Japanese animation. You know? So, it just, people want to have the excuse that, like, no, you know?
No, you know.
Exactly. I think that's honestly it. Is that people don't want a universe where you can compare Dragon Ball Z to Uncle Grandpa. You know what I'm saying? They don't want that. You know? I don't know why, but... because obviously Uncle Grandpa could be Goku.
Yes, exactly. It's like Shaggy.
I'm pretty sure every anime character can beat Goku, at least from what I've seen. Or, not even anime characters. Literally any character. It almost makes you think that Goku's just weak. You know, I can take Goku, right? Chat, you guys are with me on this, right? But yeah, either way, I feel like that's the main point. Cause I feel like there's no way you can like unbiasedly, right? Literally just like look at them and then just be like, yeah, no, this one's better. This one is more emotional. This one's like, yeah. Literally not being able to understand what I'm listening to. You know?
Pleasure 100.
Exactly. Like, I can understand saying that some dubs are bad, right? Because of, like, say, voice actors or just, like, some of them being poorly made. But just saying dubs in general are worse, you know? It's like, that doesn't make sense. And like, oh, they reuse the same voice actors. Like, they do the exact same thing in, what's it? Like, the sub version. You know? If not even more. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me, because I feel like the main reason I watch dub is just so then I can concentrate on what's happening and be able to hear what's happening at the same time. You know? Instead of, like, doing one or the other.
Just learn to understand Japanese. Easy.
Yeah, but see, like, that even would make more sense to me than just watching sub.
Exactly.
Like I said, I can understand in some situations if the dub is just really bad, right? Like, because I could definitely see there being bad dubs. Or, like, the ones that are, like, just, like, you know, that are completely different, you know? But, for the most part, it's, like, they're straight up better. Like, anytime, like, I hear, like, My Hero or, like, Black Clover, literally, like, any SAO, it's just, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, those aren't the characters. Like, dub is, like, what I know them as.
Or Hunter x Hunter?
Well, Hunter x Hunter, it's weird, because it's, like, they honestly sound super similar. You know?
I don't know. I've only heard them at the end, where everyone's super high pitched.
Well, yeah, that's because that's kids in anime. That's what they have to sound like. You know?
Bad.
Yeah. I think that was 3. I don't know. I just find it annoying that, like, people specifically hate on dub, right? Like, I'm not like, wow, Freedom sucks because he watches, what's it, sub. He didn't really fully appreciate it, you know? To be fair, I don't understand how he can get annoyed at, like, something like, man, I really hated Black Clover because all I could hear was yelling because of how loud he was. But that's only because he was listening to it in sub. You know? I'd rather sub than anything I'll watch dubbed if I'm forced to. See, the thing is, though, is that, like, I just don't understand the appeal to sub, like, at all, personally. You know? Like, even if it's bad, like I said, like, I've watched, like, Squid Game and, like, stuff like that dubbed. You know? And it's like, yeah, it's terrible. The lip sync's off. You know, like, the voice actors aren't good. But, like, I can still, like, understand what's happening. And that didn't take away from the show to me. You know? Like, the fact that, like, the lip sync was off. Or anything like that, you know? Like, it didn't really matter, you know? I kind of just, like, get used to it. And it's like, I still experience the show. You know? It's not like I have to literally just be listening to gibberish while reading to understand what's happening. You know? I don't know, maybe I'm just used to watching and looking at subtitles. I mean, sometimes, you know, like, I can understand doing it in, like, specific situations, right? Like, say, if you really find a character annoying, right? Like, Freedom, for whatever reason, dislikes, like, you know the slime anime, the reincarnation slime? He hates the main character's voice, so he watches it in sub, you know? And it's like, if that's really, you hate, like, a specific character's voice or something like that, or, like, it's just, like, really bad or something like that, I can understand. But for the most part, I just feel like I can just look past any of that. And it's, like, the same thing, it's just I can focus on the action and what's happening. So it's, like, I kind of just understand, you know? Instead of just, like, noises that I don't understand. You know what I mean? And I can also understand people if, like, you watch sub because episodes come out earlier, you know? Like, I can understand that as well, you know? I don't know. I just don't see how you can hate on double that much, you know? Like, I don't really care if someone watches sub unless, like, they're sitting there saying how terrible dub is, like, in general. You know? Like, I, like, watch subs and dub, you know? Sub appeals to me more than dub. But, like, why? What's the reasoning behind it, you know? Like, there has to be a reason why you'd rather do it, you know what I mean? Is it because it feels more foreign, maybe? I don't know. But I get where you're coming from. I used to watch dubbed over subbed. To me, like I said, it's just like... It's just so much easier to, like, pay attention to, like, what's happening and understanding context so much easier. You know, and just, like, watching dub. Sub feels more right to me. See, to me, how I feel about sub and dub for the most part is it's whichever one you watch first. Because, like, say if I'm watching, like, a trailer for an anime, or, like, even, like, the first episode of something, and I'm watching it subbed. Especially if, like, I watched an anime fully in subbed, and then, like, I'm rewatching it dubbed, right? It's, like, it doesn't feel like the same character at all. So it's, like, you know? Because, like, I know some people, like, think that My Hero, they watch, like, the sub, and then they hear the dub voice and be like, what? This is so bad! Oh my god. But then it's, like, what's it? It's, like, the dub voices just literally sound like they're just such plain voices compared to any of the actual characters. Yeah. I watched sub first, but I went to sub straight after. See, like I said, I just think it kind of depends, you know, on which one, like, you kind of get into. You know, because, like, a lot of times you can tell, like, the same voice actors and stuff with things, but it's, like, you look past it so much. Like, it doesn't interfere with anything, you know what I mean? It's not like it, like, takes away the immersion or anything like that, you know? Maybe it's just some people, like, just, what's it, like, really attach on to certain things more than I do, you know? Like, sometimes, like, maybe when they hear the same voice actor in, like, English, it just completely throws them off, right? You know? I don't know. Oh, I see more personality when watching subbed over dubbed. See, to me, I can't, just because, like, I don't even understand what words they're saying, you know what I mean? It's like, it just sounds like whines and moans, you know what I mean? That doesn't sound like emotion to me, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know, it's like, I'm just reading. You know what I mean? That's the emotion. Like, I usually feel like when I'm watching a subbed anime, it's just very monotone. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, the ideal way to enjoy it, just learn Japanese.
I think it's just kind of like, I feel like it could also be like the Undertale effect of it all. Like, to where it's like, maybe it's the point that you literally can't understand what they're saying. You know? Like, you know, like if Undertale was dubbed, it would be weird, wouldn't it? Compared to it just not being dubbed. But, like, I wonder if that's, like, why is that, you know?
See, I would imagine it's a bit different from Undertale, though. Because, like, you more or less can tell what a subbed character would sound like. I guess it's kind of the same with Undertale. Now
that's what I'm saying. But, like, why is that, right? Is it because Undertale was like that at first? 'Cause I feel like that's probably the case. Like, if I heard all the Undertale characters with voices, you know?
See, yeah, I feel like it wouldn't have been weird at first. But I absolutely hate how people think Asgore sounds.
To be fair, though, like, anytime I've heard, like, what's it, like, Asgore and, like, you know, people, like, do, like, Saiyans and Pirates, and that's, like, that's how I see them. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I see the characters sound.
Most of the characters like how Jacksepticeye did them, but I don't remember his Asgore.
Exactly, that's because, like, that's just, like, the first kind of, like, dub you've heard of it. It's, like, that's what you kind of attach to, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's, like, I don't know. I don't really know what the effect is, you know what I mean? I think it could just be the blandness effect of, like, kind of like in a book. Like, you have no idea what they would sound like. You don't know. So it's, like, basically you're making up their own personality, you know? And, like, how they are more so, you know? I don't know. I want to tell you, yeah. Also, Fairy Tail is trash. See, Fairy Tail, to me, right? I could definitely agree with the fact that it's kind of bad, right? It definitely has its moments, right? But, like, I feel like it's definitely one of those, like, animes that's supposed to appeal. Like, it's basically supposed to be, like, the same aspect of Pokemon. Like, you know, if I was watching Pokemon or something like that, right? Compared to Fairy Tail, I feel like it has the exact, like, same kind of, like, like, age range. You know what I mean? Like, the same, it's trying to, like, hit the same base as that, right? It's just, like, it's a shonen, you know? So I feel like that's why it's weird. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just, I feel like it's just a weird mix. But, no, that's not the part I'm talking about. Oh, what part? The dub? The characters? What? Just moving it, by the way. Meow. It's all the villains being the exact same other than looks. Let's see. I'm trying to think of, like, I've only watched like the a first 150 episodes, you know, so I don't know though. But like the villains though, it's like I don't know. It's most of like the exact same powers, exact same motives. To be fair, a lot of shows are like that have multiple villains though. You know, or like games with like the same kind of like plot as that, you know. Like I feel like it's always like trying to be the most powerful or to like salvation. Yeah. You know, that's basically always 100% what it's about. Because it's supposed to be
some demented form of saving the world.
Exactly. Or changing the world. It's never like, I literally want to kill everyone, right? It's never like they only have bad intentions. It's just like the way they do it is bad. And then it's like the same situation where they talk with like the hero and they both talk about their sides, you know, and it's like, oh, that kind of makes sense. And it's like, but the villain's more wrong, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, okay, yeah, I got you, okay. Now beat me. It's just like Dragon Ball, nothing new is introduced for the most part. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I feel like a lot of shonen anime isn't about introducing things new. You know what I mean? It's supposed to kind of be like the same kind of stuff over and over again. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of like what people want. You know? Like, you don't want like something like Hunter where it's like, it builds up and it's like actually telling a story, you know? It's like when it comes to like Dragon Ball or Fairy Tail, it's more like baseline to the end of the show is going to be like the exact same kind of like thing. You know what I mean? Just to keep it neutral to where like, you know, it doesn't change. Also, did I blue screen? I don't know what's happening.
Probably.
I might have blue screen chat. I'm used to it. Yeah. I don't know. I personally, I feel like that's why I don't get into shonen anime. That's why I don't watch Naruto or anything. Literally, the only one that I've dipped into is Fairy Tail. And I also haven't watched it in like months. But, I don't know.